So, hello everyone, welcome to our podcast that is Tech Insights. So, I am the host Akash Das and he is our co-host Aman Jaiswal. So, starting with him.
So, in this podcast, we will be discussing about the well-known operating system which are currently used in the market. So, Akash, do you know anything about operating system or what are the types of operating system which are currently used?
Yeah, operating system is basically used to control the control between the hardware and software of a computer. So we can say there are many OS present in the market like Mac, Windows and Linux.
Which one is your favorite? Like, which one you use mostly?
Since from childhood I have been habited with Windows OS, so I am using that only, and in college we use mainly Linux.
Why not Mac? Like, many of the students have the dream to buy MacBook.
Yeah,
like,
but
is there any particular reason or just you don't like it?
I have used Mac in my friend's laptop, so Mac is good but also very simply complicated, and it is also very costly, and many of them not buy basically. It is
Basically, it provides some restrictions to downloading unknown apps and all.
yeah,
Like,
that also.
and also there you have to pay for some apps.
Yeah.
So it becomes a bit costly and will run out of your budget as well. It's okay, like. So okay. So Akash, can you classify the operating system according to the users? Like, who should use what operating system?
So Windows and Linux are mainly used by students, or you are or working on a job, or and MacBook is mainly used in professional work,
Such as?
such as like if you are doing any iOS development or doing any
iOS app
product
development, basically.
development, and or you can say that you are a working professional and you want to do a productive work, so you need Mac OS at some point of time.
Productive work basically means like video editing,
Yeah.
graphic designing and all. Like, you need a good laptop for that. So Mac is recommended for that only. Like, you can't install Mac on any laptop. You need a MacBook for that. So it's recommended for those professions only.
Yeah, in Windows we can perform gaming also.
Yeah.
So can you tell more about Windows and Linux?
Okay. Windows and Linux. These are one of the most rising operating system currently in Indian market.
Yeah.
Windows and Linux are mostly same, but in some features Linux is good in performance, and in some features Windows is good. Delving more into this, so Windows basically lacks something somewhat in security matters.
Yeah.
Like, it is a bit less secure because you need antivirus for that. But in that same manner, Linux doesn't need any antivirus. It is built in such a way that Linux already has a good security features, so you don't need any external app for that. Okay. Okay. So Akash, can you give me a brief idea about the software and the compatibility in both operating systems?
Yeah. So Windows is created by Microsoft, which provides the supreme power of Microsoft Office, and also having a great web browser that is Microsoft Edge. So Microsoft Office includes like Microsoft Word, Excel or PowerPoint, which is required in day-to-day life. And for Linux you can't download it directly, but
Basically, in Linux, you can download those apps as well, but it will compromise your security as well.
yeah,
So, as it is owned by Microsoft, you have to install Windows for that.
since it is also a open source OS.
Basically, Linux doesn't fail here. Linux provides a great source of hosting.
Yeah.
So, if you are a developer and want to host something, you will be surely first getting into Linux because it is well known for its uptime, performance, reliability, and many more. Also, in the starting, we have told that it is well secured, so your security doesn't get compromised easily. And so Linux is basically most preferred for hosting and all, and for server creation as well. Most of the servers which are currently created in any offices or anything, so they use Linux for that because Linux is an open source code. You can just edit it and customize it at your own ways.
Yeah. So Aman, what we can conclude from this topic?
Both the operating system are very good in their own ways. Basically, both the operating system can be used in a single device as well. If you want, you can make it as a dual boot and you can use Windows and Linux at the same time. But Linux is basically used or preferred more to coders or basically in development because it is a bit more faster than Windows. Basically, it takes less time to load as well.
Also the compilation time.
Also, the compilation time is pretty low,
Yeah.
so it makes your coding experience much more easier and cleaner. So, do you want to add any points to the Windows operating system?
Since Linux is not pre-installed in our computers, so we have to download it externally. So that won't be a problem if you use Windows, because Windows comes with many features as of now. And
So, what about the games? Like, can the gamers play in Windows and Linux
yeah,
both?
no, not for Linux. Windows having almost all the games in the market which are supported, and Windows is a great platform for gaming till now. And it is suggested that gamers should must have Windows for gaming.
Yeah, so this is the point where Linux lacks.
Yeah.
Basically, we can't play games there.
But for
We can, but
yeah.
a very less amount of games are available for Linux operating system.
But do you if you do professional work,
It's recommended to go for Linux.
yeah, it's a
And
great
like
platform.
as said earlier, you can use both. So if you want to play game as well as do professional work, you can have both Windows and Linux in your operating system as your operating system in your computer. Okay, so this marks as a conclusion to our podcast. So thank you from both of us.
Yeah, thank you. भाई अब नहीं करना था भाई.
हो गया भाई,
अभी
राम-
लास्ट
राम
पॉडकास्ट
नाम सत्य है भाई.
हेलो मैं टेस्टिंग 1 2 3 4. ये तो पता ही नहीं मुझे. तो बोले नहीं.
Pause कर दो.
पॉज कर देना. तो शुरू से
Like any particular reason, or just you don't have the money to buy it? Like you don't have the
currently I don't have, but I used my 10%.
काटना भाई, काटना. Post कर दो. काटना भाई.
बस भाई और नहीं हो रहा. लास्ट पॉडकास्ट है.
ठीक है भाई.